Hey friends, it's Lauren. Thanks for joining me in my craft room. It's day number 2 out of 12 of the Wintermas Wonder Box from Simon Says Stamp. Again, these are replays of the Facebook Lives in our Make and Take Club Facebook group. So I know the quality is not the highest, but I hope you still have fun creating with me today. And you can find the link to our Facebook group in the description of this video so you can catch the next one live. So this was from Friday, December 8th. And the next one will be on Monday, December 9, 10, 11, 11th.
Hey
See you then.
friends, this is Lauren. I know that a lot of you are going to be watching this later because I did have to go live a little earlier in the day than planned or than desired. Because Abigail and I have a Girl Scout commitment tonight. We're volunteering, doing some community service. Yep, Abigail just woke up from a nap because she wasn't feeling 100%. Yes, you can go downstairs and play video games. So, I'll probably be talking to myself during the live, and that is okay. But I hope you guys will watch this later and hopefully craft along with me and make something similar. Shout out to Kristen yesterday for making a card with a similar look as our day 1 unboxing, which was this Winter Wonderland stamp set. Very cute. So let's see what is in day number 2. Again, I have no expectations, so I don't know what's in any of these boxes. I've tried not to look or watch any videos. Oh. Oh, it's a stencil, a little baby stencil. How cute. Let me open this up. So it has quite a few layers. Oh, so this is going to be, I think, the final look of the stencil. I love that you also have this. You could just use this on a card, which is kind of nice. And it's like the whole vibe of the box. So there are 4 stencils. So it looks like there are, I wonder if they're labeled. I don't see like a label. Oh, there is a label. I'm just looking at it on the back side. Okay. So there is, oh, it just says Simon Says Stamp and the number. So not as labeled as I was thinking. But we have 1 large tree, 1 medium tree, and 2 smaller trees. So they all layer together, just like in this picture. And then we have falling snow, which is so cute. So this is a, let's measure it, 3x3 stencil. And we're going to use a stamp with it. Let's do it. I feel like we could probably make 2 of these on like a Slimline card. So let me do some cutting. This is like a really slick white paper that I use for stenciling. Let me trim this. Hey Mom, I see you on here. I was just talking about how I know this was kind of early, but we have Girl Scout stuff today, so it's going to be early. So I'm going to make a little mini slimline. And I'm wondering if I should have used color. I don't know, we'll see. So I'm going to use my waffle flower stencil so I can line it up in the corner since it's a 3x3 and this paper is 3x6. Let's start with the big tree. And my glass board's magnetic, and this is thin enough that I can still use my magnets with it, which is nice. Let's do Distress Inks. I kind of like the color vibes of the sample that comes with it, so we're going to use it as inspiration. Do I want that one? Or I feel like Uncharted Mariner might go better. I don't know. I like them all. We'll use them all. Let's see. This one is kind of tealishy. Oh, I also am really bad about, I can go outside the line, so let's just make sure I don't get ink where I don't want it to be. So I have brushes that I use for dye-based inks and brushes that I use with Distress Oxide. So these are my dye-based ones. I don't like to mix the type of ink. This one's from the Sassy Club. This one's actually gifted, but it's a really nice blending brush. All right. So there's stencil 1, the big tree. And then since we have it out, let's flip it over. I will end up, I think, trimming this a little bit because I think my paper is slightly larger than my stencil. I'm a really aggressive ink blender, so I apologize when the camera shakes. All right, so we have our 2 big trees. I'll wash that later. And then let's do our 2 smaller trees. And we're just gonna like build on the colors. So let's do pine needles, which I'm gonna use the same brush for. I just keep a microfiber cloth and just clean off some of the color. I'm not very picky about residue. So the first color I did was pine needles, and now this one is Evergreen. I think it's Bough. I don't like saying that word out loud because I'm afraid I'm saying it wrong. Okay. Flip it over and do the other side. Okay, and then while we have it here, let's mask, and we'll use Uncharted Mariner for the 3rd tree. And this blending brush is a scrapbook.com one, also very nice. I'm trying to go in a little bit lighter handed because I know this color can get kind of dark. Flip it over, let's do the last one for this stencil. Okay, and then our last tree, we'll bring in chipped sapphire. And let's use the same brush. Very nice. I like this a lot. I'm really liking this color combination. Okay. So I definitely got some ink below, but that's okay. And then let's add a tree in the middle so it doesn't look so sad. We'll do the same dark blue. Let me get my masking. Hold it in place. It's a little close to the edge, so I'm going to block that spot. Try not to get my inky fingerprints everywhere. All right. I have my little trees. Oh, I got fingerprints there. I think it looks nice. Let me know what you guys think. I think this would also be cool in like pastel colors, maybe like soft pinks and purples and more like a teal blue. Pick up my mess. Oh, I forgot about my snowflakes. I'm going to trim this down first. Get that excess ink off. And then I'll trim off the seam. So when I add it to the card base, it will have a nice like border all the way around it. And thank you, Mom. Glad you like the colors. Okay. So now, let me clean this off. I just use a wet towel and my cloth, or not a wet towel, water in my cloth. And I like using microfiber cloths because then I can just throw it in the wash with all my other microfiber cloths. Okay, so now I want to add snowfall. So let's find a stencil paste. Let me go dig. I have too many. Let's see. This is like kind of my go-to one, but I don't know if because it's white background if I should use like a lighter blue so you can see the snow falling. Let me think. I'm digging through all of my pastes. I think I'll do the Solar Paste Beluga because it has like a blue sheen to it. So it will still look white, but when it hits the light just right, it'll be really pretty. And it will look really nice on the ink trees. So let me get my palette knife. So this is the Solar Paste from Ranger and Simon Hurley. I was also gifted this. I love working with Simon's paste. Oops. I think they're the best out there. Ugh. Okay. So I'm gonna hold this in place. I don't need that much. And I'm just gonna use my back of my palette knife to put this through. Try not to get it. I should have put a mask here. I knew this would happen. moved? Okay, it moved. I'm gonna pick it up. Whew. That doesn't look bad. Okay. I'm gonna scrape this off. And then what I also like about Simon's paste is that it's very easy to clean. Make sure I don't have any on the back so I don't smudge. And I'm just going to move it over. Line it up. That's pretty good. Oh, what's that? Okay. And we'll do it again on the other side. That was much better than the other side. And I don't waste my stencil paste. I literally have these forever. Ooh. I love a good stencil reveal, so I need to go clean this. Got a little bit on the edge, but that's okay. Isn't that pretty? I think it looks so nice. Let's see if I can get this off without smearing. All right, let's set that aside, and then let me cut a card base. Let me clean my stencil first, otherwise it'll get stuck and then it's harder to remove. Okay. So I think I already actually, oh no, I used it already. I was like, I made a base the other day, but I did already use it. Okay, so I'm gonna cut a 3x6 card base. So I'm gonna do 6x6 and score it at 3. And then I want to get a solid paper to put behind it. So let me check my scraps. I have more scraps than I'll ever use in my lifetime. Let's see, let's go with this one. So I'm going to trim this to 3x6 as well. Okay, so let's get our tape runner. This one's from scrapbook.com. Ooh, I'm not going very straight here. Okay. And then when I glue onto my card bases, I like to start from the folded side. So just in case I did like a terrible job cutting and scoring my card base, I can always, you know, trim it off if it shows anywhere. And this needs a little bit more time to dry. So I was thinking of maybe stamping the sentiment that I didn't use yesterday and cutting it out. This is where I wish there was dies. I think it'll look nice. What if I did the same dark blue and maybe like silver again? Oh, that's what I did yesterday, huh? We'll just do the same thing. So this is my embossing tool that I use. It's from the Rabbit Hole Designs, and it's like a self-loading anti-static tool. There's like a little bit of powder in here. So what you do is there's already powder like in the brush right now. And I brush it onto my paper. And then to load it back in, you pull it up and somehow it like powder gets now into the brush. And then when you press down, it closes it. And so now there's more powder in the brush. I don't know. I think that's how it works. It's very nice. It's like a perfect amount of anti-static powder. You don't have to make a mess. Here's my super fine Wow. And then my very dirty but embossing ink from Brutus Monroe, who also make really nice embossing powders too. That's pretty good, but I'm gonna do it again. So all right, I think it's gonna be loud, so I apologize now, but I'll try to aim it away from the camera. And there's the embossed sentiment. Let it cool down, and then I'm just gonna fussy cut it out. So I love when companies make dies that like bubble cut around their sentiments. Trinity Stamps is one of my favorites that does it. Pretty Pink Posh does it for their like scripty sentiments most of the time. I do wish it was all of them. But I do like that Trinity Stamps does it. It's one of my favorite things about them. I just, sometimes you want your sentiment to like pop off your card or your project, but like you don't want to put it in a banner or a banner because it will cover up more than you want of your card. So I like when it just perfectly bubble cuts out, but I think I did a pretty good job. That looks pretty nice. All right, so my paste is a little thick, but it is starting to dry. What we'll do is I'm going to glue it with liquid adhesive and pray that I don't just like smear everything. I'm a very impatient crafter and I don't want this live to be an hour long. Okay, so this is just going to be centered with like a very little bit of blue popping out. Try to get the corners. I'm pressing it where there's no paste. Okay, and then let's get adhesive strips. These are the 1/8 from scrapbook.com, my favorite. They just are like the perfect thickness for sentiment strips like this. Let's see, I think that's long enough. Oh, a little long. Scooch it over. Okay. Sentiment, I think I'm going to put it like at the bottom. So I'm going to use my grid mat to help me center my sentiment. I think it looks good like that. Oh, my finger touched something. Well, I think it's okay. It's not perfectly set. It's not bad. We're going to go with it. Handmade. All right, so here's my finished card using the stencil set from day 2, and my sentiment is from day 1. Let me know what you think. I think it looks really cute. So I have the stencil itself, again, is 3x3, and I did it twice so I could have 3x6, and then I added one more tree in the middle just to fill in that weird empty space. But thank you for watching today's live. I hope I did better about talking. Since it's the weekend, I will see you guys again on Monday for day 3. Bye!
Thank you so much for watching. I hope you'll click like, and if you're new here, I hope you'll subscribe and come back. As always, you can find everything I use down below in the description box. Thank you and have a wonderful day. Bye!